Live now, we're trading Rolls-Royce shares. It's not looking too pretty for us, but we're still in the trade. Although, I have a history of whenever I start the stream, things seem to go against us. Not feeling too great as well today, generally. One could say, don't come to the markets, but this is quite an important day that has a decent amount of opportunity. Yesterday was vaccine day. Well, I wouldn't really say that. The S&P erased most of its gains from the vaccine, the potential vaccine. The FTSE seems to have not yet, but I'm not buying it. I mean, yeah, there's definitely going to be a vaccine. Surely the market's priced that in by now. But obviously you wouldn't be shorting things like Rolls-Royce into that news. Now that the news has happened, it's a sell-on news kind of event. 114 pence a share. Yes, we got a little bit of a bad price. We literally got support in terms of ATA's perspective, but it is what it is. The trade could work out really well in our favor, so we're okay with it. We have roughly £4,000 size, because even with the volatility, I was able to make that much risk based off our sides. If we lose the trade, we'll lose, I think 310 minus 20, it should be about 330 or so, 3.3% of our PF. Yeah, £334. So if we lose the trade, we'll know because we're out there. Ideally, we'd like to not hold this overnight because this is not the kind of thing. It's too high beta, but we shall see how things go. The trade is teetering on the edge of a break to the downside. If it can hold sub 114, we'd be happy, but it's not seeming to do so. But we're fine. I've got my stop at 118 spot 4. So if I'm getting stop hunted, that's not going to happen. If I get stop hunted, I'll be out at 116, but it's 118 right now. Also, I'm in a class, so I thought I'd get this live, and then we'd kind of transition in. Got a notification. Exacting Eagle, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Don't worry, you won't be able to hear my class elements. I just can't seem to remember what the passcode is. Yeah, right. Class in one ear. Let's see. Let's put it on thingy. Probably avoid asking a question during a live stream. 2 live streams. Let's put this auto rotate on. Imagine if I unmuted and the guy could hear the stream. I want to make sure I'm updated with all the content, because most of this I've studied before, thankfully. Alright, I'm looking at the chart on my screen, which is this one that you can't see. 114 on ask, so mid's 1. Oh, is that changing? I don't feel too great, I'm not gonna lie. Not about this trade, just I'm feeling quite sick today. I had a leak in the bathroom, and we got it fixed yesterday. They came and deep cleaned the place, paid for a cleaner to come deep clean the place, and the guy was kind of rushing it. It's, it would be okay if you didn't pay for it, right? And it seems to smell worse. I don't know what cleaning fluid was being used. I don't know. Maybe the whole carpet's just off. But so it is recording. Yep. Setup's looking nice. Stay below 114 in the meantime. Is that difficult? I need to stop saying that, man. Alright, well, welcome to everybody tuning in on TradingView. We've got 4 people tuning in right now. We are live trading Rolls-Royce. We have a trade open, shorted at just under 110. We want it to go lower, so right now we're losing money. We're losing about 170, whatever amount is there, add £20, because that's roughly what the fees are. £10 each way. This is a CFD account. So yeah, we're down about 170. Still on perfect competition. Econ is so theoretical, man. Alright. Well, I'm just going to get the chat up for TradingView because I know we have some problems with that from time to time. And I'll get the YouTube live stream up as well. See if everything's all good. How is everyone doing today? Let's get rid of all these Zoom meeting things. That one's gone. That one's gone. That one's gone. Okay. Ooh. Jeez. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Imagine mid-lecture losing £300. Not a great title. Speaking of which, I need to record this actually. So we just opened a short trade on Rolls-Royce. Not the greatest price, I must say. We opened at 109.75. We wanted it to hold there. It's kind of above an invalidation point. 114.65 is a little bit higher than I'd want it to be right now. My stop's at 118.4. So if there is a stop hunting situation, I will not get caught out. But if I genuinely am going to lose big time and the trend is changing in this one, then 118.4 is where I'll get cut out. And I should be happy with that. And I'll lose money on that. About £334 based off our risk. Right now we're down about £194. You just add £20 fees to our current P&L figure. And things aren't looking too great, but we'll keep you updated with the trade in the meantime. I'm in between a class and the charts. And I'm hoping that this will break down big time on the markets falling. Sell the news kind of event of this vaccine. Let's see how it goes. Keep you updated. Peace. Alright. Yeah, that's okay. Or, not great. I don't know what's more upsetting. The fact that I got spiked. Or the fact that this ground needs to get fixed because it's unclean. I haven't had the energy to organize it. What's the point of paying if you don't get a service, man? Like, it is what it is. I put Febreze fabric cleaner. It smells worse. This is a choppy stock. A real whipsaw. I think I might need to re-record that first clip. A little bit too extended. My tiredness is kicking in. British Telecom's up 6%. Yeah, they've been consolidating 100. If the market's finally starting to rise, well, obviously these guys deserve a little bit. I'd call this as a major fake breakout, if anything. Hola, hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oof. Price taking, price making. That's some A-level economics right there. Smells like grass. Like when it rains and there's some grass nearby. That's the best way I can explain the issue. Whoa. If only I could show both screens at the same time. I'll figure out how to do that. Huh. This setup's interesting. Rolls Royce is worth roughly 8 billion, I believe, right now. Doesn't make sense. No explanation for that. Technicals look okay. I'm still shorting. Cineworld earlier. Missed it. Another mistake. But wasn't going to chase it, especially when you're ill for the day. You just can't push yourself to the point where you make a bad decision. Understand your limits. I rarely get ill, so I guess this is one of those cases. Welcome to the 7 people viewing on TradingView streams. We are live trading Rolls Royce shares. We're also observing Alibaba 282, but I think they're going down. I'm not confident enough to short them though, because intrinsically I'm bullish about the business. Just because the MACD's going positive doesn't mean it's a long opportunity. Been up super early this morning. I kind of feel like I want to get a rest, but got a headache, so that's not gonna work. I need to make some food. Hopefully today can be a nice day. Well, regardless. I haven't got Bloomberg. Sharbell says, hey, how to start trading. Well, what kind of trading are you interested in? And what have you already done? What are your intentions, your goals? And see if we can discuss it together. Because there are some places I haven't been involved with. Like if you ask me about Forex, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to offer any personal experience of advice. Not advice, just another person's opinion on things. My main focus is equities, but it extends to futures and even options at times. Commodities. Not really too much into crypto, but there's money to be made, just probably not for me. I'm waiting for the flush. The one big flush. Just like with Cineworld earlier. I didn't get the trade on Cineworld. I didn't get AO's trade. Rolls Royce, give me this one. AO's up 4% today. Upsetting. Baba pre-market down. 290.53 was the close yesterday. 283-ish now. Excuse me if do forgive me if the yawns are coming through. Been yawning like crazy today. What's that? Sure. Charbells. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate everybody here. We are live. That is the truth. Yep. We are live. I hate these chops because things are looking bullish on the chart for this one. On the shorter term, but on the longer term, not so great. Need it below 110. Is that? Actually, I need it below 112. That's why I opened at 110. And yet I still got spiked. This is where it should dump. This is far too much consolidation for my liking. Back below 112. I'm alright. Man. Oh. Look at that though, way too sticky. 114. The market's supposed to sell off, right? E. Yeah, positive MAC descent still means nothing to me. Intrinsically bearish. That's why I'm short. But I would hate to get stopped out over something simple like that. Just because of some little techniques in the markets. I really need to rest after this. I'm running on less sleep than normal. If today's alright, I think we'll order food. Nice little reward. But I prefer cooking food. I don't really like ordering food. Even if it works out to save time. Ordering food's easy, but there's sometimes where it's cold, you have to heat it up. You might as well make your own food. Welcome if you're tuning into our stream. We are short Rolls Royce at 109.75. Live price 119.3 to buy back. We're still waiting for a dump. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share the link to our stream. Live trading now. Trading hashtag Rolls Royce hashtag RR movie just RR. Alright. What's that one? Nothing interesting. I don't like this price action. Alright, so 100 would be the obvious target here. But that might mean holding a bit too long. The risk ended up being a little bit more than we wanted, but we don't want to be stopped out, especially when there's a fake market breakout occurring. Don't want to just give it now. I'm happy with the loss if I don't make it. 4 points is 4 points, man. 8 points is 8 points. Pounds mean nothing. Points are points. But pounds have no meaning. Welcome if you're tuning in. We have a question in chat. How to start trading. Charbells, it's a journey for oneself. I would recommend, well, I wouldn't recommend anything, but I'd just say explore for yourself. See what works best. Be creative. Oof, this MACD's just gonna get us down even more, closer to our stop. Damn, 5 mins, eh? Alright, yeah, 115 res. Any higher, and we're straight to 118, and I'm getting stopped out. Consolidation means that the peeps buying because are as high as low won't be buying, so that's fine. One down candle for a 5 minute, beyond 2 points, and we are gonna be okay. But that needs to happen. Didn't expect to be opening at just below 110 and then the price bouncing to almost 115 within minutes. That had me on the edge, teetering. I had to actually increase my stop. Initially it was 114.75, which would have been at, it's not in the hourly, 116 or so were the highs after we'd opened. Rule number 1, if you're already feeling unwell, probably best not to trade for the day. Whether I'm up or down, I definitely don't feel that great today. It is what it is. It's this carpet. There's been a leak in the bathroom, and that came to my carpet in my own room. Guy comes to fix it, then I'll get the guy, someone else to come clean it. Pay him for the cleaning and all that. Does a deep clean with one of these big carpet cleaners. And the place smells worse. And they say, open a window. I've opened all 4 windows, left my door open. Everything's just out there. Nothing works. Febreze, carpet freshener. If anyone has any advice, I will make use of it. Why did you pick Rolls-Royce for short and says stockholder 11? Well, Rolls-Royce at the moment is worth way more than what it should be worth. This vaccine scenario doesn't mean their shares are now worth all of a sudden almost double. That's my thesis. 60 pence was fair, but realistically I'd put them at 30-40 pence. They have the weakest balance sheet in the sector. But bear in mind, today I'm trading based off the charts, but things actually may go against me. I may lose on this, but I'm prepared either ways. I just wouldn't like for that to happen. Alright. Hey, how are you? Says Mazide. I'm great, my brother. How are you? How is life? Whereabouts in the world are you from? Nice to see you around here. Welcome to the peeps watching on YouTube. Yep, we're short Rolls Royce. I don't win every trade, just to put it out there, guys. Don't follow me. But this wasn't supposed to be like this. This should have been a flush down quickly. But I'm willing to take that 4 points of additional risk on top of where I had my stop initially to see it through and catch potentially the larger move. If I'm at 118.4 and I get cut out, that's not because it's a fake out. That's because the trend really has established back to a secondary uptrend. Primary one, not so much. But there's much higher targets if you are banking on that. So, I mean, yesterday it went 137. I had an order in at 140, and I think I was live streaming it. It didn't go off. The shares went straight down to 100. I'd have made 40 points. It would have been a lot of money. We'd have had, based off our size, we were going to have we'd have had about $1,000 for the day. Yeah, £1,000 probably. But we didn't. The trade didn't go off. Cineworld today, I had an order in mid-class, didn't go off. I was 2 pennies off. I'm going to be a little bit wider with them. Rolls-Royce, though, we are doing a little bit of a different type of trade. But, as we said, the stops are there. Germany, stockholder 11. Whereabouts in Germany? And Mazzede from Romania. You just started learning this field. What abouts have you been experimenting on? How have you been finding it? And stockholder, if you trade, what kind of stuff do you trade? And how have things been? How long have you been involved? Yeah, generally 116 and above. I should show you guys my chart real quick because I've got 2 screens. Boom. So, whilst this is the range, I'm banking on this being an interim high at the very worst case scenario, this being the interim high. Yeah, we could say 104, but that's not where we'd like to close. If it's going 104, it's going sub 100, and we could probably be in a strong position. Maybe slice size and hold it out. That would be an ideal scenario. You don't have to always hold the whole size. Right now we have £4,000 worth of shares short. Well, now we're down 150 plus 20. So really our position's around 4.15k on this point. So yeah, the way shorting works, for those who aren't familiar with it, is you borrow the shares from someone, like I did here at 109.75. I sold them in the open market, and then I told them I'll give them this amount of shares back at whatever price. So to give the shares back, I have to buy on the open market at the ask. Let me get my chart back there. I think we might lose this trade, being completely honest, but I'm following my system, which says go long today. Go short on these guys at this moment. But it could be too tight of a stop. I got a mad headache, man. What do you think about gold? If you would like to enter my profile, let me give you my opinion. Mazade, I'll have a look at your thing on my other screen. But yeah, I think gold's going 2100. That's my perspective. I noticed yours is negative of it, but you know, each to their own. I don't think everything is over in terms of the economy doing badly right now. I don't think we're going to be in a quote-unquote bear market. I just don't think it's going to be straight and straight up, you know? The S&P erased most of its gains, the S&P 500, yesterday, after the vaccine announcement from Pfizer that had 90% efficiency was announced. Index was up 5-6% or something, and then fell down. And then when it did fall down, the FTSE was the only one that hasn't fallen down since. And yes, the FTSE was historically cheap. You have a shift from growth to value. But some of these value stocks, including the likes of Cineworld, right now at 51.54 pence, up 27% for the day, and almost 100% in just like a week. CCL up almost 100%, I'd say, from its prior levels. These stocks are not liquid enough to be classified as value, in my opinion. They are just historically beaten. They're not guaranteed to survive. And that, for me, is not a pretty sight. I've been looking deeply at the financials. I can't seem to see anything adding up. Why was I not shorting Cineworld when it was 27 pence and I said it's going bust? Because this would have happened. There's shorts closing. Longs have probably sold out. The institutional ones probably can't get out with this liquidity without crashing themselves. So the shares are just probably not going to fall. They're priced for bust, essentially. We're not going to get fooled by any move here. I'll readjust my stop in a sec. If this is a penny or two higher in a couple of minutes, I'll have to readjust it by half a penny. Just to be safe, because I think I've got a res a little bit around my price. Hey, Trading Safely, how you doing, man? Thank you. I appreciate you saying have a great day. You know, the smallest, the kindest things mean the most, and they have the largest impact, so I appreciate you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is where you're at, man. Hope you're doing absolutely fine. Whether that's in trading, whether that's in your personal life, I hope you're alright. Alright. Oosh. I need to set up my Bloomberg, but I don't know. I don't want to get distracted. Last time I did something like that, I lost my trade because I was not paying attention. And that was a good amount of money last time. Obviously, money doesn't matter when you're trading. Risk matters. See, the positive side right now is MACD, whatever people always love. I understand it, but I don't believe in it too much. There's our Bloomberg verification. Terminal access. Ooh, fancy. As a kid, I'd always dreamed of being able to pull up Bloomberg access at home on my own setup. Well, times change, eh? Alright, so we're going to be about for around 30 minutes. I'll make sure I make a video of this, but I have to get all my stuff done for the day as well. Call these guys to try and see what's wrong with this place. Might as well. Alright. Mazday. For me, gold is generally that risk asset, right? But it also seems to rise. It's like an anti-beta in a sense. Or I don't know how to say it. When the market falls, gold generally stays neutral or rises. Not always, but that seems to be the case, right? When the market rises, gold almost assumes a correlation and starts to rise with it. Like, why was gold $400-500 around recession time? Then spiked up, came back down, and now all of a sudden it's much higher. And this was pre the COVID crash across most global equity markets. That to me is a very interesting thing to see. I was looking at some data for it actually a while back. And yeah, what's going on here? Monopolina. Alright. I'm gonna pull up some stuff for Rolls Royce just on the Bloomberg terminal. Make sure I got these assumptions correct. Because they haven't added on Bloomberg the 2 billion raise that has occurred. So the market cap right now is apparently £9.7 billion. For the least liquid, well, I wouldn't say liquid, but the weakest balance sheet in the sector, a company with that, I would only assume people are going to sell out. And I've observed the institutional trades as well. Probably pull up some updated stuff about the ownership. Yeah. Let's see. 1108. I'm going to change them across the 8th. So in 3 days, these have increased. New buyers are less sellers. Oh yeah, it's just shorters closing. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. I think the new res right now is really my stop loss as like the worst case scenario. I would have been happy for this to be sub 110 because it reduces the risk of an overnight position. I'll have to use my backup plan of reducing size, holding overnight, but I don't know if it's worth the position if I do that. See what the Bloomberg terminal gives us, any info. I wanted to put up their cash figures as well that I looked at before, hence why I determined they were the weakest in the sector. I've got some financials I can pull up too. I've saved them in an email somewhere. Let me see. Right. Most analysts are actually giving them a 30-40 pence forecast as well. That's quite interesting. Shares are finally showing promise. Finally dumping for us. Yeah. JP Morgan thinks Rolls-Royce is worth 30 pence, and that's down from their previous 65 pence forecast back at the end of December. So that was a tenth of their shares at the time. Now we're finally doing okay. Wonderful. Now I don't even want to worry. This is fine. Guys, watch us do well now. This is all it is. I've had all this data already, but might as well look over it for the sake of the stream. So, debt facilities, they had the rights issue of 2 billion. They had new debt of 3 billion replaced 3.3 billion of debt facilities expiring in 15 months. For them to pay that back for 15 months just means they borrowed more money. You don't borrow more money to pay back borrowed money. You only do that when you can't pay that money back. You're just delaying your inevitable death further. They should have had a rights issue of 4 billion and things would have been okay, assuming the market recovered. And yes, the market hasn't recovered, the real economy. But yes, the stock market has. Can they raise again? I think that would be a great idea for them. I would buy their shares if they raised 4 billion now, but it's unrealistic, so I'm probably not interested. Let's look at their expected earnings for 2021. Rolls-Royce is expected to lose £355 million. That is nonsense in my opinion. I think it's going to be much more. You can hold me to it. Welcome to the 5 people tuning in to our live stream on YouTube and the 7 on TradingView streams. Quick shout out to our recent followers. Exacting Eagle, appreciate you. Amart90, appreciate you. Twader1, that's a premium user. Ooh, welcome. Mitz Patel, Adan1932, I recognize your user. Nice to see you back here again. And thank you for the follow. Alright. This MACD, once that turns, everything's all negative. But there's always one little thing that has to bug you, eh? Being in that trade. Imagine if that's what gets us cut out. And a sub 112 for a close is going to be very ugly for the shares. From what I checked, there's no news coming up, so we're all good. Major mover for these guys is the market, roughly half the moves. So if the market's down, these guys all of a sudden take a dip. I assume a sell-off in the market briefly today to cool down a bit. That will be the realization that the shift from value, or from growth to value, isn't real. Or at least takes a lot more time than this to establish. Look at that. Come on, cool off, man. Cool off. AO's cooling down a bit too. AO is a semi-anti-vader, if I'm being nice. So this is the 10k trading account. We only have one position open here. My separate investment account is different. And I did a couple trades there yesterday because I couldn't catch the timing here, unfortunately. If you haven't already, please do us the favor of subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'll show you the link in TradingView if you haven't seen it already. Stockholder 11 says, except when rates declined and you can refinance cheaper. Yeah, I think that's a good thing, but the problem is, who's selling right now the investment opportunities that have great return? Now they're keeping them for themselves. If they're not liquid, they're just going to borrow more money so that it looks like they're liquid. Oh, not great here on Rolls Royce. That is a classic reversal pan. Very unfortunate. If it holds above that 114 once again. So much admin stuff. Fill out a couple forms. This class is actually quite simple today. Normally I expected it to be hard. So look, US market opens in about an hour. Alibaba pre-market 282 spot 75, about the same as last time. Rolls Royce 113 spot 78. NEX moving sub 212. I assume FTSE 250 falls on that too. Yeah, this circumstance is looking bearish, so we're okay on that front. We just need everything to look a little bit uglier. Fundamentally, it's way too expensive. I wish I held. I wish I got my order at 137 or so, instead of 140 where I had my order and I didn't get filled, and then just held. That would have been a nicer play out. Let's check things out. Yeah, everything is looking good on the daily. Sorry, the hourly. On the minutely, a 5-minute kind of situation. Not great. We need a catalyst, and that catalyst is the main market, because these guys have 55% or 44% or so relation to the market. Sector, not so much. Macro stuff, a bit more. They don't really stand out with respect to style and stuff. Let's see. They got a strong correlation to the MSCI UK index, put into the FTSE 100, probably even stronger. Capital goods industry as well. Yeah, I wouldn't really put them to anywhere. A little inverse correlation to crude oil, maybe because cheaper crude oil, cheaper costs, would make a bit of sense. Whoa. You're taking a mickey. Something about this. 3 hours to close. We might have to hold this till close, but we could get cut out in the last couple of minutes if this action switches. send this form. That's what I need to send. I should make lunch, man. But I want this sub 10 before I leave the screen for a minute. It's too dangerous. What if the order doesn't go off? I didn't open a guaranteed stock because I don't think there's a need for it. Sub 110 I'll give away 0.3%. That's what, £12? No big deal. But I think with the liquidity in this market, yes, there's a bit of room for slippage. But it should be okay. I wonder why they say in the US, projected president. Are you throwing the president? Is that why he's projected? Whoa, whoa. That's not pretty. Far too much consolidation. We need the market moving down on this setup. I want to rest in a bit, I'll tell you that. Whoa, little dump. What's going on? Wider market. Can we add the FTSE? UK 100. Yep, we'll add the FTSE just so we can keep track of this index for the day. So look at more interesting stats we'd gathered. What would the PE be? Well, it'd be negative. So what am I talking about? I want to see the aerospace forecasts into 2021. 20% recovery. Nuclear systems. They had, was it power systems? That to me was a hidden gem. Still profitable in a crisis. Makes sense though, because the government pays them. Oh no, another alert. 114 is on the ask. Well, I wonder how it feels for someone who hasn't traded before watching all these things on the screen. Is it fascinating? What can I do to make it better? That's the question. Because this is really how it is, keeping the situation 100 transparent. Yes, I'm down £174. Thought I'd leave my account screen up. I don't normally like looking at my P&L. That's not how I trade, but it's content, and I shouldn't be emotional enough to bother about that anyways. Focusing on my chart. And the bid and the ask. How long has this been sticking? About an hour. That is consolidation, if anything is. Schumpeter. sue them for the carpet. That's true. I should sue them, but it would probably cost more than the money I'd get back. So they can have that. They can take it this time. Well, shout out to Mazday, our friend from Romania, if I've got that correctly, for the follow. Appreciate you. Get my class screen back on. Jeez. I am tired, man. I might have a midday nap. One of my friends seems to do those a fair bit. Good morning from NYC, says Lorical_Lunique. Welcome. Good afternoon from London, the city of London, in this United Kingdom. How are you doing, Lorical? Stockholder11 says, will our car sales soar when vaccine is available? So availability could impact the stock price a lot. Interesting you mentioned that. I was actually looking at sales by division. Their biggest way to make money is actually from, well, not make money, but their biggest revenue source is civil aerospace. In 2020, the estimate, and I think what is generally going to be realized, I think this was pre-COVID, about £5 billion. Defense aerospace, 3.2 billion. Power systems, 2.9 billion. ITP, I'm not sure about that sector. I haven't looked into that too much. But generally, most of their income comes from civil aerospace. So, most of their revenue, I shouldn't say income. Placement of one firm with market power that's like the tech sector. Interesting. Well, we are really teetering on the edge. Technicals aren't working in our favor, but I'm expecting a move down in the markets. Look at that. Flash down, right back up. If there's any price action that incurs rapid buying, or maybe a trip for buyers. Trick. That's the old-fashioned way. No cash, no innovation. Yep, okay. Let's get back to this Rolls-Royce stuff. Yeah, so I don't think the car area is really that important when measuring their money. It's like when we look at, what should I look at? Cineworld, yeah? When I was analysing them, people said in the UK they're going to run out of money, like no one goes there anyways. It's not the UK, they own Regal Theatres. Regal Theatres had a decent amount of viewers, and that was their biggest profit driver. Problem is, US shut down, US reopened, but the problem is the cinemas and theatres didn't reopen, and if they did, they didn't have enough, what do they call it, footfall. They didn't have enough people to make it worth the money. So they even closed themselves down, realised that they wouldn't survive, hoping that all of a sudden there would be a vaccine, they'd reopen. There is still a way out. I just think it's very unlikely, because it's not like you're going to go from minus 99% revenues to all of a sudden back to the normal. You always have a little bit of a hit. That's why airlines are going to struggle, in my opinion, too. You need 70%, sometimes the average is 2/3 of capacity being utilized at any given time. So on average, 2/3 of the seats in a plane need to be filled up. With this one seat in between as a gap, 2 meters gap and all that, they're way below. They're loss-making, for sure. But I assume that they're still going to be very, very tight. The full year 2021 earnings estimates are just ridiculous. Oh, I shall be back shortly. I think that's the maintenance. Be back in a minute. So, I'm back. The whole room's been moved about. I've got a table here. And the trade isn't going our way. So many things to do today as well. In another class right now. Yeah, that's not a good turnout. Whew. Switch the charts real quick. Yeah. Kind of what we suspected. We'll be out by close. 2 hours. We'll run it. Should be 2 points. I reckon if we get lost. Oh, we get cut out. Wonder where everyone is. Apologies if you came here and you couldn't find me. Didn't expect the cleaner to be in at that time. I was driven by aircraft rising. Yeah, but it's like will help. This trouble will come back. Please help me understand why you're betting against the market. I'm not. I'm trading. Betting against the market would be short in the index or the highest beta. This is quite a high beta, but I wouldn't like to be in these guys overnight, especially if it sticks around like this. Sub 112, I'd be happy. Follow the trend, man. What is the smallest rank? 2 between 2, they're all linear functions. So they're 1. Smooth. US market seems to be doing alright, I'm guessing. It's down a little bit, but not as much as it was. Ooh, be back in a sec. Alright. We're back. Oh, bless the guy. He left his keys. What a nice dude. The smell still hasn't gone. I just don't like wasting the fella's time. Good, I hope the day will be great like yesterday. The day will be amazing, man. Yeah, the smell's not going. That means the carpet is properly mouldy. Ugh. Pearson at 610. Ali Bob at 270. What did I miss? Well, I want shares in these guys long term. 269. Right, is the stream back up? You guys see me? You do, alright. Ooh, US market's dripping. Why is Rolls Royce not falling down? That's the question. Order in the courtroom? Anyone? It is an anti-beta, but it also is a beta, so can't be. It's not one of those. Anyways. Bear in mind, I'm not right every time. If you disagree with me, that's totally fine. That's fair to do so, because there's always a buyer and a seller. I'm on a minute chart. No linear conversation. Non-singular, the matrix is invertible. Fair. Alright. What is going on with these guys? Whoa. No way. So you're telling me Baba's going 230? They could flash below. What are they here? Easy. 10-15. Diff. Surprised. Very surprised on this reaction. I was expecting a dump ASAP, but see how these things work. Baba at 268. I'm happy. 3 or 4. I didn't short. I'm not shorting them. I think they're a nice company. Just not the boat. Way of calculating is different to mine. Sure. Alright. Let's see. Welcome back to the YouTube and the Trading View live stream on the £10,000 account series. I'm your host Ryan Kia of quantiumresearch.co.uk and now Quantium Research Limited, and we are chilling right now. We're down And we probably will be down for the day. I'm upset that the Cineworld trade didn't work out. That really frustrated me. Baba is moving more than we'd expect. That is gaps all on the way down. That's never positive. Give him one more day, you'll see that tested. I'd be buying. I'd be buying at 238. Although, I'll leave some capital in, just in case things get ugly. Things are still holding with Rolls Royce. I might be out. I might be wrong. This is a trade, not an investment against these guys. Rank A is less than M. Throw a linear combination. Bloody ick, mates. That's a couple of things happening at the same time. US 500. Interesting with this one. I want it sub 112, otherwise I'm not confident holding, and I'll have to take the loss for the day. I'll be honest. Listen to that. No fault. Singular. No good. Alright, what are you using to track your watch list? I'm using TradingView right now, but I'm also using my broker's watch list bit. Because I have two accounts. I have my own personal investments, and then I have the £10,000 trading account, which is this one. I generally put my most important things on the watch list there, but now I literally have like an old April 2020 watch list from when I was planning how I'd start the series. And then just one that now I'm keeping track of. I'm going to get rid of some, readjust kind of thing. TradingView, I pay for the premium package, which is $500-600 a year or something. If you're trading full time, it helps you. Trust me. If it saves you that much on a little trade, then you're doing all right. Better safe than sorry. Whew. Yeah, I can't see it. Can't see it going higher than that. I just need a dump. This moves very fast when it moves in any direction. Baba 266. That is crazy. I actually think Baba's quite cheap now, but it will be cheaper probably in 1 or 2 trading sessions. Wolfliz, nice to meet you. I'm Brian. Do you trade yourself regularly? I recognize new names. It's always nice to see new peeps visiting the stream. I've got 15 minutes left of my last class and I can fully kind of look around. Cineworld frustrating us. That we were 2 pence off. Not even at a penny. Well, the spread was a little messy, so it was about 3 pence. Not a great turnout. Personally, I don't trade, but you're interested in it. Wow. Wolfliz, well, nice to meet you. What kind of stuff do you do yourself? How are you so interested? Like, what sparked that interest in the financial markets? The global financial markets. Beautiful markets. Wayfair's at 230. I expect Wayfair to go around 200. But I'm not shorting because it wouldn't work with my strat at the moment. Baba though. Wow. That's mad. Determinant of A is unequal to 0. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restudy this. Too wordy. Rolls Royce. Come on, fella. In the lecture notes, she said it. I said I don't trade, but I'm interested in it. Glad you're here with us. Whoa. 16 people tuning in on TradingView. Nice to see you all. And 4 peeps on YouTube. Nice to see you all too. We are back on stream. But things are looking intense. Technicals wise, the trade isn't looking great. Only as of like midway through. But I'm expecting fundamentally that drop coming towards close. Sub the support. Once a major res, now a support at 112 or so. I expect 110 to close. If it doesn't, I'll have to close. Whether I'm at a loss or not, that'll be the video. There's a linear combination there, so the determinant equals 0. Cool. So chill. Bye-bye 265. If I was an options trader, I would be gutsy. If we see a retrace to just below 270, I'd be buying puts to what, 240. Nice zone of support. 240 to 250s, low 250s. Easy range of support. Yes, the shares could crash, but this is a strongly growing company, quality company. Growth stocks are not dead, I'm telling you. Whoa, Carnival had a swing to negative. Jeez. It's from £14 or so to 11.90. Rolls Royce should get dumped the same way. Surprised. NEX should get dumped the same way. They'll close below that 212. No, 210 is important for them. I think that's what's happening. It's either one or the other. Right now it's testing me. We're seeing highs for the past couple of hours. -4, -2, -6. No, that's -4, -0. And if it isn't 0, the rank is the lowest. Okay, so Baba, why you being a pagan? That is an interesting one. FTSE 100 still soaring. What a change of worlds to see outperformance on the FTSE, eh? With the start of COVID becoming a pandemic, I got interested because everything was such a weird time for the stock market. Orfliz, do you study yourself or are you employed? Like, what's the situation? If you don't mind me asking. I'm a student, but a full-time student of the markets and also a full-time student that studies the markets in both university and in real life. Whoa. Just about finishing up on lectures for the day on my mobile. But I've studied this before. 24, 20. Rank is 0, so it's 1. Okay. Lowest between. Okay. Well, this is our watch list at the moment. It's interesting to note how Carnival's getting sold off. And that below 1210, in my opinion, is a continuation of the downtrend. I remember this level. Don't quote me on it exactly. It's either 1270 or 1210, one of them. But, you know, below 1200 is definitely below those. And if it closes here, it's very ugly. Same with Rolls. Closes below 112, it's the same ugly outcome. Carnival back to 700-800 shortly when people realize they don't have enough cash. Rolls Royce, the same thing. So I'd like to be in a strong position here and maybe hold overnight at a decent amount of profit. But we're at a loss right now. And we're not seeing it even move below that price we need it to be below. Except for when we opened our short, which meant there's a chance that we got a spike there. Or the sellers are waiting, which I believe they are. I called the AO sell, but the problem is when I pressed my order, the price started moving, so I kept lowering my order. I lowered from 393 to 380 to 375 at some point, and it went as low as 340, but my order didn't go off even at 375. So, yeah, it's back to basically near there. I'm surprised that it's up, but I can't see it going sub 250 unless it's properly breaking down. Ooh. What's she doing? Adding 2 columns and doing 3 diagonals. Smooth. Rolls Royce. 1 hour. And 40 minutes still close. Let's see how this goes. It's anyone's game. Good luck if you guys are long. Also, good luck if you're short, but I'm short. And I'm willing to lose. It's a man who has everything on the table. This kind of chop might last many more days than what I expected, but I've got two strategies for this trade. Either I make money, might make a little bit, might make a lot, or I lose money, might lose a lot if I hold overnight. So at the moment the structure is not holding this one overnight, so depends. I need that flush. 2% lower and it's probably going 5 or 6, 7% lower. So really I'd be comfortable if the breakdown occurs, but we'll see. Whoa, is that a wasp? Mad. Oh, the door's closed. This is the problem with leaving your window open. Get the carpet smell out. The carpet smell's not going. Smells like rotten stuff. 762 438 248 13. Yeah. Alright, smooth. Alrighty. Well, it's so static. Not great for us. We might just cut this, but this isn't the max loss. Who's paying attention? Oh, she corrected it. Got 1 hour candle just before close. Still a chop. Whoa, all these flies are coming. Probably because the carpet smell still hasn't been cleaned. Let's check out the chat. 15 people tuning in. How are you all? Wolf is in high school, thinking of studying something to do with finances or tech. What is the study you're doing, if you don't mind me asking? I study investment and financial risk management. It's a very niche degree, but it has elements of coding. Python is probably the most prominent one of them all. And I use it a lot with my system, which means it's kind of decent and a useful skill to be putting into practice, and both relearning elements that you may have probably not learned well enough. So I'm finding it all right. I've been involved in the markets literally for 7 years and now 4 months. I started when I was 11. 7 years ago. Yeah. And to start up, I would literally buy and sell physical items, anything from glow sticks to whatever, to get enough money to get my own brokerage account. Obviously under my parents' name, because at that age you can't have one of those. So I started with non-leverage, small caps, all that stuff, and gradually I transitioned into leverage. I have now been doing that for about 4 years or so, and my strat drifted from small caps to large caps with liquidity, which reduced my one-off big losses, which is interesting because that's what the studies tell you, eh? Trade liquid, use a little bit more size, maybe leverage if you need. And then I've got a proprietary system, which I call my secret sauce. And I'm applying that here. Although I don't talk about every element, you guys are just seeing the charts. And if I'm telling you financial data, I've spent, weeks, maybe days, hours, months, whatever, trying to research those bits of information. And also I have access to a Bloomberg terminal right next to me. So I can get top class financial info ASAP. Speaking of which, I need to relog in there. I timed out. There we go. There's this principal minor stuff, mate. It's not great for us. This might be a really poor day. Look at it. Cineworld did exactly what we expected. Carnival did exactly what we expected. Oh, wow, whoa. I backhanded a glass. Oh, man. And it really bounced. That's how hard I hit it. Well. Oh. I have to rewatch this last 5 minutes of the lecture because I don't get that. That's gonna hurt. That's numb. That's how hard I hit it. Jeez. Well, what was I saying? So EasyJet hasn't played out too much. Carnival, Cineworld, Alibaba, we won't look into short. National Express is now below 210, but why is Rolls Royce not below 113? So did I pick the worst trade of all my ideas? Well, really, I picked Cineworld, but they didn't work out, and I would have had Rolls Royce as well. That's really heartbreaking. It breaks my heart, man. I really didn't see that happening. I thought I would be wondering about whether I'm out at 98 or something now. Normally, my calls here, because they're in line with my system, they are generally quite accurate. But to get these kind of signals, it takes a very long time. It doesn't take... They don't come up every day, you know? AO, for example, that was a couple of months. I watched them up from 130 just to get that trade, but I didn't get the trade, so peak. Because of bad timing on my part. Let's see. Another email real quick. What is up with Rolls Royce? There's no leak, nothing going on. Who's going to take him out for that price? Are you crazy? NEX 210. FTSE still holding. No way though. FTSE up 1.4%. Rolls up 14. Are you crazy? Principal mine. Is the market just crazy today? This is a daily. Let me get it on the hourly. You guys really have faith in this market. The fake vaccine. I don't know. S&P's moving up as well. The thing is, sub basically where it is now, this is going to be very worthless. But I have to close it if it's above 112 or even 110. If I'm in a loss by the end of the day, I'm closing. I won't be at a huge loss, but it just upsets me that this could have gone really well. But it's what it is. I'll even take my stop loss if it moves. So I'll wait. How do we know which rows / columns to take out? I'm going to pay attention to this just because she needs to answer this question real quick. Oh, made a mistake. So I was logging in. Need to set up Citrix. NEX is below that level. They're gonna crash. Cineworld is already crashing. What happened to being up 40% for the day? But why is Rolls not? No way you're squeezing your shorts now, eh? I don't like these moves. It's sticky because sub 112 is to 1.4. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be in a strong position. Did you not get my question? To think that I'm almost done for the day. Wow. Yeah, it's alright. Appreciate that, Professor. Thanks. No, thanks is informal. Thank you. Give respect. The carpet's still not smelling right. 2 full deep cleans. At this point, just gonna have to replace it. Alright, so Rolls Royce equity. Let's pull up some stuff. We got some peeps. How you doing? All of you. Oh, I have to drop off. Good luck, says Stockholder12. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. All the best. Hey, Cedric FX. Good evening. Good evening to you too. It's almost the evening here. Whereabouts are you based? Are you based in another nation other than the UK? It's 3 p.m. here. It's kind of afternoon, evening. We are trading Rolls Royce. We're short. We're losing money. And we're probably going to cut the loss just before close. Hoo. The footsie's pumping. What is going on? NEX is still cooling off. Cineworld's still cooling off, even though the index is rising. But Rolls is up. Is Rolls really that strong in terms of... I looked at a 44% correlation. How can it be moving 0.5%? But that is only an average, so don't count me on it. Baba sub 270. We want to... Where's that nice level of support? Juicy. Same place that filled the gap. 240 or so. I'll buy 5 grand. In fact, I'll do 5 grand on both accounts. Well, no, that's not exposure. I'll do a set exposure of my net worth. And then that will be what I buy in terms of Alibaba. But for the trading account, I'll buy what's geared towards the trading position. I want to look at the owners of Rolls-Royce shares one last time. The float held. Yeah, that's what I want to look at. Because that could be the only way to explain this if I'm going to lose a fair bit more. Any information I can find. Shares out on float. Shares outstanding. Stagnation. Nope, can't find anything from that. There's a lot of leverage positions on these large caps. That's why when they burst the bubbles, they fall faster than anything. It's because all the big money's trying to get out with the dumb money. Everyone's just trying to get out. The money's trying to get out. Everything. Hey Cedric, how you doing, man? A1, A2, 3, 48 minus 20, 28, yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. Ronnie Chopra just tweeted the same thing I was thinking. Why are UK indexes doing much better than US ones? That to me is a interesting thing to see. We have to sell off, man. You know what I mean? We just have to. It's never this rosy. Oh, this lecture's actually gone on long. 3 lectures. I don't think I learned anything. Probably because it's not new information yet. NEX teetering just like Rolls Royces. Rolls Royce can sell off a penny. Whoa, it surprised me, man. I normally wouldn't stick by the screen, but this is far too close for me to get up. And then what if they pop 20% and my order doesn't go off? I lose £800. I'm only really willing to lose 350 on this trade, well, roughly. So I can even move my stop up a little bit. It's far too volatile. So I'm observing everything that has somewhat of a correlation to it to be super careful. Right, well, see you later. See what the friends are saying. We're still giving this an out. I'm just going to make sure I don't miss the market close. Whoa. Someone called SBK can rap at 170 beats per minute. Jeez. Mad. See what the friends are saying. This is a long video. I have to look at it later. Alright, well. 18 people tuning into the live stream. Hope everybody is doing well. I'm going to put my earphones in so we can have some form of audio in the back for the sake of copyright. And I don't really want to pay something that alters my focus at the moment. Especially given the movement in Rolls Royce. I kind of don't want to trigger a trade, as in, because you're angry, you go and force yourself to do something you would probably not normally do. Cineworld, 46, little bounce, index creeping. Royce, I feel like I need some water. I have to wash the dishes up as well. And move all the stuff I hold in the toilet, move the table, put the old TV somewhere. That's going to be a headache. Huge headache. So we can get this day over with soon. Normally my sessions don't last like this. But this is a very odd session. If you ask the prevailing market, they'll all be like, why are you short? Well, we shall see. I'm shorting because I like losing money. Whoa. Nurse is rearrested on suspicion of murdering 8 babies and trying to kill another 9. What? That's disgusting. What an abhorrent person. Appreciate some recent follows as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share our YouTube live stream as well. Because if you guys could do us a huge favor, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel for Quantum Research. We'll put the highlights of our trades and how things go. I think I'll probably record a little update on how this trade is going. Yeah, I think I will. So, we're still in the Rolls-Royce trade. It seems that we needed it to be below where we opened by close to consider holding overnight. Right now shares are at 114 and things aren't looking great for us. We might end up closing just a little bit before close. Our stop's still at, let's just pull it up, 118 spot 4. So right now we're down about £181 and we could be down the max, which is around 334. I'm adding £20 because that's fees involved roughly. And the current price to buy back right now, 114. Shares on the charts front seem to be in a tight chop. We need it below this 112 level at the very minimum to even consider holding this. Or if we see it start moving 115 and beyond, we're probably going to close our position. So I'll update you as things progress, but it's likely that we're going to lose money for this session, but it's okay. We had a real nice potential trade that we were trying to get on a company called Cineworld. We wanted to short them at 68 on bid, which is the sell price. That's what you short at. But it seemed that they only went as high as 66. Now they're at 46. So that would have been a mega trade. The problem is it shows here they went to 67, but the shares were actually something like 64 against 65. The spread hadn't adjusted. So we're not having a great day. But you have some days like this. Glad we can document some of these. Let's see how the session turns out. About an hour and 18 minutes left. I'll keep you updated. Alright, that's two little clips. About the Bloomberg terminal. What is the market cap right now? 9.6 billion for Rolls Royce. That hurts my heart. The fact that we're now down the most we have been in a couple of hours hurts my heart even more. Mad. Well. Whoa, something's fallen in my fridge. I'm not going to open that now. I could, but I'm not going to. Whoa, look at that vol. 114 spot 2 on ask. Quick little penny. Whoa, getting excited over pennies. We're still down. Let's have a look at the overall market real quick. I don't think anything special is likely to happen. There's a chop everywhere. Whoa, Zoom at 379. That hurts. We were going to short them a couple days before, but we missed. The vaccine news came a little bit earlier. I had about a week left of due diligence, which was unfortunate. 379. They're still worth 250 in my opinion, so probably shorters might hold a little bit more. You've got the rotation from tech money now into value stock, so from growth to value. It could be temporary. People think it's actually happening, so they're all shifting funds. Rolls-Royce is apparently value. I don't believe the rotation will last though. It's a very low probability, hence why I don't really want to hold this beyond close. Unless I'm up, which means I would be right and I catch the trend. I think after this I'll take a quick nap. Not all trades work out well, it's fine. Let's check the chat out. Citric FX, how you doing, man? You doing alright? Stockholder 11, you take care. Enjoy your day, afternoon, evening, whatever. Hope you enjoy it. Too tight on rolls. Not the greatest thing to be trading. The problem is the volatility stopped after I went short. It's like the whole setup changed. But I'm basically in the same size. I couldn't have put my money elsewhere. And I still have other funds. I have 9k worth of margin if I really wanted to use other things. I can have some positions open at the same time. But normally I'd like to have investments open at the same time. So, you know, we have the difference between high beta, low beta. We can't have everything correlated with one another. I might as well go long, I don't know, go short Cineworld, Carnival, and all them. But really, who's the best value case? I thought it was Cineworld, then Rolls Royce. Cineworld, I didn't get it. I was right about Cineworld, wrong about Rolls Royce. National Express would have gone 4-5%. Carnival would have been the second best. National Express would have been the third. And Rolls Royce would have been in last place with roughly a neutral change from that point. Very unfortunate. But hey, life goes on. We're having a little chop here on the minutely move. We need to be sub 112 for me to even care about this. But if we're above 115, then we'll have to give up for the day. I think I'm far too sick and tired because of the smell in this place. I don't know if the carpets are just not drying. Let's see what's going on the old social media. They're expecting, some say, 73 million loss only for Rolls-Royce 2021. If they do estimates based off discounted cash flow, that is ridiculously off. Whoa. It's very likely that we're going to lose today. But we are holding because there's no harm in it. There is really no risk beyond 2 pennies, which I was willing to use in the beginning. My real risk is what I'm willing to lose, not me getting off a little bit easy. Imagine that kind of consolidation. Does the market really think 113 is fair value for Rolls Royce? I don't even think 60 was, to be honest. But it's okay. It's my timing that's off. Let's see what the world is doing. Got about an hour and 12 minutes. We can hold this one out. Russell up almost 1%. FTSE up above 6,300. Wow. Oh, wow. That is crazy. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Crazy moves. 4 hours ago, Rolls-Royce is up 25%. BP 7%. Barclays 6%. IAG 11%. Lloyd's 7%. Metro as well. Oh, this carpet is not cleaned. The situation's getting mad. Finally, though, a little bit of a bad, potentially bad technicals outlook. If we can get back below 113 real quick. There's not enough moves here. My volatility estimates were triple what we're seeing today. And that was less than a third of yesterday's. And yet I am literally very, very off in my estimations. So I don't really deserve to make money on the day. I want to figure out what went wrong. When the trade tells me to close it, I'll close it. At the moment, it's relatively neutral. The wider time frame is short-worthy. I could reduce my size, but this kind of movement normally suggests insider activity. It wouldn't make sense. Unless it dumps. I guess I'll figure it out, depending on what happens in the next hour. If you're a big hedge fund, you're long Rolls Royce. Are you really holding shares after this bounce? Especially after the rights issue. No, you're selling out, man. You're getting out like this is a Sam Peel movie. Alrighty. Welcome to the peeps tuning in on YouTube. We've got a couple peeps there. And the 15 on TradingView. Hope everything's going alright for you lot. Alrighty. We really hate chops. Normally, we catch it right there. Far too much housework to do. That even if I'm up for the day and it's a nice day, it's just going to be a huge headache for the afternoon. It's DTN. Don't tell no one. Could change a couple time frames. Put them up on the same chart, really. Yeah, this is the chop. But it's going to have to happen tomorrow by the looks of things. Unless there's a little break just before close. I think the break could be a little higher if it does. Tomorrow. In line with index moves. And my model. So I hope it breaks now. The thing is, when I opened the trade, there was a lot of conviction. Within 5 minutes after it changed. But I'm still okay with it. I don't like to be spiked, hence why. And relatively wide stops. I want to play some copyright-free music or something. Something chill. Trading Safely sent us 200 coins. Appreciate you, man. To Trading Safety. Appreciate you. Yeah, dude. There we go. Thank you, Trading Safely, for the 200 coins. It's very kind of you. A recurring name that we've seen quite some time ago. It's real good to see you back around these parts. Yeah, we are down about £200, I'm just rounding up. Oh, £163 for the day. Not a great day on all fronts. The carpet smelling, not a great day. Honestly, I would take 5 losing days in a row of a decent amount of size just to clean this carpet. I've got 2 people coming and cleaning it yesterday and today. They're like, I'll come back tomorrow and I'll see if it's changed. It still stinks. I don't even know why. I moved into this place 2 months ago. I assume the previous tenant wasn't a fan of cleanliness. Who knows? Or it's coming from underneath. Alrighty. The flow's different. Let's get some music going. Copyright free music. DTN, don't tell no one. Baba shares. Baba. Father. Oh, 267. They really are taking a beating. That's a 15% drop in 2 sessions. Where's a mix? Smooth jazz mix. I like that. The sound of that.
It's disrupting.
Whoa. I hope the audio is alright. If it's too loud, too quiet, let me know. We're chilling. An hour and 6 minutes left to market. Not looking promising at all. We should see our target. There's far too much risk if the price doesn't start moving down real quick. What is Twitter saying? BT up 10%. Very well earned. It's been consolidating for like 1 million years now. This chop might last longer than I want it to. Last 30 minutes could be the break. Oh, don't do this. Imagine if this, of all musics, was copyright. It's not even that nice. I kind of feel like I'm in an elevator. Does anyone else feel like you're in the elevator with me? Ooh, break. That could be a fake out, easy. Don't get excited, man. It's the index that needs to move. Oh, these carpets. And there we go. Can't just break that. This is what it is. Fake outs on fake outs. For anyone that's just tuned into the stream, yep, we're down money. So, and we might be down money for the day by the looks. About an hour left of the session. Hope I don't fall asleep at the desk, because that means a lot of money could be lost. Never fallen asleep at the desk, but crashed. Need to move this table, put the TV in place. Take some chairs. Make some food as well. From that corner. Whoa. I'm waiting for it. Smooths half a penny up and then flashes. Any new ideas? Jinko? No, that's way too low for us to bother. Carnival. Way too sensitive. Barber. Very much considering. Entrance soon. AO hurts us. That should be way below 330 now. An hour left. Far too little vol for us, Stephen. At least we're reducing our losses, eh? But if it breaks, I fear it won't be enough. Could half size. Could always half size. Alibaba 8% down for the day. Let's follow any news on them on Bloomberg. Rolls Royce had a market cap 3 billion higher than it does now, pre-COVID. So it's trading a 30% discount. Post-dilution. Still. Any bits of news? Get a Bloomberg quote on it, maybe. Oh, wow. So Rolls Royce finally starts moving. Don't be a flash, man. Okay, real-time quotes from Reuters. Alibaba moves deeper into offline with Chinese apparel factory. Chinese apparel factory. Nothing special. Wow. Imagine the market sell-off. Last hour. Imagine my core being right. Sticking here for the whole day for no reason. It's not always like this. Don't be fooled. 265 on Alibaba too. Oh, most of tech's down. eBay 4%. JD.com, that Chinese one. 5% down. 4% down or something else. Mercado Libre. The Mexican Amazon. Down. Why? This chart. It's criminal. Oh, we're back. No way tech's rotating out there. I don't believe that. Maybe for big tech, but not Chinese tech. can't believe I should have been a bit more careful with that one. That's where I got my short. The worst price. Baba's falling off a cliff. 240s, I'd add half size. I'd add £2,500 on here. My own account, I'll figure that out in the evening. Depends what our size is. So we've got a couple of investments. Baba's finally given us a smile on her face. It's the biggest one in terms of being beaten down, but it's the cheapest versus things like Amazon, JD 268 PE, Alibaba. Oh, we got some quotes coming through as well. And the size, that's quite cool. I can get a trade recap, that's quite cool. Never used that on Bloomberg before. Alrighty, let's have a look at the chat real quick. I don't think I missed anything, but let me double check. All good. Alright, so we're just chilling. We've got about an hour till the close, and we're down. But the setup's working, and nah, I should have bit my tongue. What is this criminal activity? Can't seem to break that chop. The market's drifting a little bit, but not enough. It's gonna break and do 100. That's my, or 104. Yeah, but lows go as low as really 94, 96. But a one-off tail event, well, not a tail, but something that pushes these lower for me may not be worth the risk. In terms of what I'm trying to make here. Considering I'm down, I'm clawing back money I lost. Normally my sessions are like this. I have a fair bit of room, but I catch the overall move. So where's Rolls now? I think our lows. Yeah. National Express is above that critical level. Cineworld isn't. Carnival isn't. It's not about NEX. They're probably just going to have a huge down candle tomorrow. We're clawing back some losses here. Maybe things are looking great. Who knows? There's a positive side on a MACD. Normally, we don't even care about that. But it's just interesting to see what the market algos tend to do. And they tend to go long on such moves. Well, the opposite of this move. They go short on this, which means they sell. And that added momentum impacts our advantage on this trade. Alright. Whoa, they are trying with this one. We've watched this consolidate for 3.5 hours. We need a miracle here for an hour. Otherwise we're closing out at roughly the same loss we've been in most of the day. Check a little tighter. She's trying. Someone's getting itself a little triangle there. I really like the fact that Bob's quite cheap. I think the world is thinking that Baba at 265 is still then relatively expensive. Yeah, P of 45, fine. But these guys are having 50% revenue growth with that size. So that PE will have to adjust. The market cap can easily double within 2 years, assuming things recover worldwide, but that's probably odd, because when the markets go down, apparently these guys are now going to be the things going up, anti-beta. But what you normally see is you see assets start to correlate when you have a risk event. So when everything's crashing, most things tend to start crashing. Things that weren't crashing before start to crash. And the ones that are risk assets, they eventually make that inverse correlation. It's not always immediate. Sometimes gold falls with the market. We saw it here. Gold fell, called soared after we started realizing that things weren't getting better. It wasn't just a move down in the market. It was really risk off, as they call it in the city. Very surprised. Yeah, FTSE selling off. That's what we've wanted. We want these three stocks to ideally be below, just for added confidence. But they don't have to be. Oh. I wonder how enjoyable it is seeing me lose money. This is what it is. We're keeping it 100. No lack of transparency. I had to stream during the lecture. That's how. I just wanted to catch this. I didn't catch the entry, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Gotta get this place checked out. Your carpet can't smell like that, especially with all the windows open. 2 times having that place deep cleaned. Mad. That's about to have that cross at least. Normally I couldn't care less about it, but it tends to work well for us. There's always a couple tries. In life, at first, if you don't succeed, try again. Then what happens? Try again. Oh, what about after that? Guess what? Try again. That's all I gotta say. Let me monitor the trade data. Let's see. Largest volume of trades all session. If I can I do that? No, I'll switch those. Max size. Oh, wrong structure. Max size. Okay, nothing we can tell from that to be of value. 45 minutes. Finally lows for our current moment. We've had the cross, so you get a penny dump. But still, we need 3 pennies. 3 pennies in it. I'm still banking on the sell-off. Index is dumping. But will Rolls-Royce follow through? It's dumping now. This is what we were waiting for all day. The timing of entry was a little bit off, though. We need it to continue. Sub 112 and hold sub 112. That's all we need. Basically on the edge. Okay. Check the index out again. Yep, I'll check the graph on my other screen. And I'm also looking at Baba here. Yep, 111. Perfect. Yo, why are you short in Rolls Royce? This is why I'm short for Rolls Royce. Because it's not holding trend. Unless. No. Oh, we're actually almost making money. I didn't expect to be up today. Would it be a nice evening? Will it be a nice evening? 111.0. Yes. This is below where we need it to be, which is good. Guys, it's finally turning in our favor. Ladies and gentlemen. 3 people watching. Let me add that link. Add that link. Will we make money on this hashtag Rolls Royce trade? Still live. Alright, well, it's what I wanted. That candle is the dump. It's a shame it got triggered by the MACD of all things, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, 100. Let's look across the board. National Express still holding up a little bit. Alibaba's not related to any of these guys. That's why I like them. Anti-beta. for a portfolio manager. Everyone loves that word. Anti-beta. Or the phrase, rather. The term, should we say, the technical term. Will we make money on this Rolls-Royce trade? Just posted that on Twitter right now. We're in at 109.75. We got the worst price from the moment we opened until now. But below 112, we're confident that we could even hold this overnight. I don't think that will be the case. But we shall see. Because I need about 10% move down here to take that risk. Because I could risk profits to potentially make 3 times the move. I'd use a trading stop though under that circumstance. Let's see. 110.3 on ask. That's way below where we need it to be to say that we're gonna potentially do well in this trade. Yeah, if it doesn't get back above 112 quickly, that area of support we had there, we're looking at a flush. Is it really going to happen at the end of the day? Just like I said. You guys heard it first. I'm going to record this actually. Just a quick update. We were waiting for this end of day kind of flush where you get sellers, the index moves down, these guys move down alongside. We were stuck down a fair bit whilst the price was at 114 odd pence per share. Now we're actually in the money. Wow, we are up £12, nothing special. But I didn't expect to be up on this trade, but that's the beauty of waiting until the last couple of minutes. If your setup is still intact, why are you going to close just because you're down? No. Now look, we're up money and things are looking good. What I'll do is I will update you on how things go. Actually, if you want to watch this, you can watch this dip. It is not looking pretty for Rolls-Royce shares. But I think the next clip will probably be where we close. We might end up losing money. This is a fast mover, but things are looking good for once. Catch you guys in a bit. All right. Well, this is a turn of events. We're actually up on the trade. So, 108, we're up roughly £40 after fees. I'm more interested in the points element. Because if I'm closing today, I have to close at the best price today, which is a visit to support. But the thing is, I'm really happy around 100. If this breaks, it's going to waterfall. And I think that's what's going to happen. The company isn't worth what it is right now. That's not fair to say. So, yeah, my research says that these guys are worth 30, 40, 50 pence. 108 pence is a little bit too much. Especially after some ginormous rise. And sentiment, when that turns negative, that's when everything will work out in your favor. Problem is, if we get back above 112 by close, that'll be unfortunate. We'll probably close relatively neutral. That's my prediction. But closing prematurely is always a bad idea with things where you don't have a clear sell signal. At 108, that is a bit of console. There's support at around 104. If they want to do that, they can flash it now and come right back up. Would we take that? Not sure. That break below means things are looking pretty. Let's switch to a couple time frames. Yeah, but we need to close the next 3 minutes below 110. Will that happen? It's very hard to say. Whoa, it's flushing. Someone's trying to get out, seems to be the case. You get that break. It's never pretty, man. Never pretty. You just follow it down. I could put my stop at 110. If this really goes 100 or something and sticks, I could put my stop 110. Index is dripping. I don't really see the index continuing immediately. Not saying in the long run, but immediately. Not too hyped. I could walk it down on this scenario. Yeah, put my stop at 112. I'd still lose money, but it would be very, very clear. Not looking at my P&L. That's what you don't do, especially when you go from red to green. That's very dumb. Whoa, I got rid of the stream page. Let's Move. It's not getting back above 110. That's the question. Oh, some people on the YouTube, nice to see you all. If you're new to the stream, we are trading shares of Rolls-Royce, currently 108.45 to buy back our shorts, and we are not doing that yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my chart on a separate screen, save myself the hassle, and focus on executing this trade. I'm also trying to record some excerpts for the summary video. This is actually the first trade on our 10K account. Although we've done a trading video before, that was just a sample. This is actually the first trade on our 10K PF. I'd say we're relatively neutral now, especially given the fact that the shares are consolidating a little bit. Normally it's a falling off the cliff kind of situation. You try claw back a penny or two, and then you're boom, straight to like 104. 103 or so. Index trying to claw back as well. Interesting core there. 45% or 44% of the market moves on Rolls-Royce are correlated with the index itself rather than anything. The sector is the second largest thing from my numbers. 6 people tuning in on YouTube. Nice to see all of you. We are short Rolls-Royce. Are we going to make money? We're up now, but this really doesn't count. We're up, what, £30 after fees? But we want it to stay below 110. It could go a little bit above and we'd have to force close out. There is also only 40 minutes left of market, which is also an important factor to consider. Holding overnight means you have to account for the volatility. The recent volatility means that I really need this around 100 to even consider holding overnight. It's a bit dangerous, especially given the recent price action. So I may have to close pre-close. But right now it's mid of the new range, 112, 100 or so, as low as 96, maybe 94. The fact that it's holding and not bouncing from here is also important for price action to consider, that there is a fair amount of selling pressure. You can see it's not sticky, it's drippy, if anything. All right, so we don't look at our PL at these important moments. That's it, only for reference. If you want to see the PL, look in the top kind of middle area. You'll see the funds, you'll see the profit loss. Look there, you'll see how much we're up or down. Oh, actually, you can see it here too, but I'm not going to look myself. 107.8 on ask. Yeah, that is definitely what we've been waiting for all day. We just got the timing really wrong. From an RSI perspective, it's a little bit oversold. Do you get people trying to buy these little dips? That's probably a fault for them. Penny or two. How are we doing? If anyone's in the YouTube chat, feel free to introduce yourselves. It's nice to meet all of you. I'm Ryan of quantiumresearch.co.uk and now Quantium Research Limited. And I'm trading the £10,000 live portfolio on Rolls-Royce right now. I don't know how this is going to play out. I'm trading the price action. My underlying bias is very bearish, but once again, market scenarios change. Just because you're bearish on a stock doesn't mean you have to short it at a given moment. Why are you shorting at that price? Whatever. Right now it's really trying. I would hope for it to claw back and try 110 and fail, and then continue to drift lower. I would get scared if it went 104, 100 immediately, because that means I might have to force close it. Even though I took a little bit more risk, it wasn't what I was hoping for. And we could lose money on this. It could do above 112 and we'd probably have to force close. So I don't expect to make much, but I'm happy that we're not down. Or down as much as we were earlier, which wasn't that pretty. There are 8 people tuning in to our live stream on YouTube and 15 people on TradingView. Nice to see all of you. We are short. I was going to say long for a second, but Rolls-Royce, I wouldn't be long them now. Especially after that underwhelming rights issue. 32p shares flooded into the market, and you assume that the shares are now going to be worth 108. The market cap is 9.6 billion. That's crazy. That, to me, actually makes me want to make a report and give it to every person who's buying right now. I'm sorry. I'm not saying necessarily it's a great idea to short. I didn't get the best price, I'll be honest. But we're playing the situation to our advantage. 9.6 billion market cap though. Still can't believe that. Huh. Yeah. How's the index? Let me pull up the chart on my other screen. And Tango Mango, hi from UK. Nice to meet you, Tango. Do you trade yourself? Are you new to the area? Been a veteran? What's the situation, if you don't mind me asking? Love to get to know you a little bit more. Right now we're short Rolls Royce. Let's pull up our positions area. I don't want to look at the PL. I accidentally did. Look, basically 3,636 shares short size there, and we open at 109 spot 75. Currently, the price to buy back, so the ask, is at 108 spot 35, and we are just observing right now. Observing on my account because it's important to make sure we don't make the mistake we made earlier with extremely poor timing. The right idea, but poor timing. You could be shorting a company that is extremely worthless intrinsically, but the shares may be pricing in that. You may lose money because of that. Being careless in that respect. 35 minutes left in market. Not great for us. Yeah, not great at all. Let's hope we don't get forced to close out. I might actually close at roughly the same loss I was earlier. Worst case scenario. But I'm fine with it for now. The old MACDs are now switching in the favour of the bulls. There we go. 109 for them. We could really see 110, 111 tested again. So we'll be down in that case, but it's fine. Thinking in terms of points. This might not be a winner, but the fact that it's not as bad as it could have been is... We're doing damage control right now. So that would be our priority. If we make money, that would be nice, but one variable has changed out of our favour, so it is what it is. Little day traders trying to play this RSI move. 1 penny there, 2 pennies there. I feel like this whole day has just been that. Not for me, but I'm stuck in that circle. You follow me from Twitter. You trade full time. Nice, Tango Mango. You and me both, my friend. Are you holding anything at the moment? You had any crazy trades? Anything as of recent that's worth mentioning? You trade small caps, large caps? What kind of focus are you in? If you don't mind me asking. I used to be in small caps about 7 years, 3 months or so ago. And my main focus ever since about 4 years ago has been large caps, day trading, swing trading, that kind of thing. I could hold a position for a couple minutes. I could hold a position for a couple of hours. Longest I've held a position for is 1 year and 3 months. Not on a CFD, but on a shares account. This is an account purely for entertainment. I put my own money up, obviously, but if I lose the money, I lose my own money. If I make the money, I make my own money. And I'm purely applying my same investment strategy to this, but I've separated my own portfolio from this 10K. The rest is I either hold investments or I'm just trading on those. So I don't always catch every trade I do on this account, but my goal from today onwards is to do every trade here. And anything I do there, I don't report. That's just, investments. To be like, oh, I bought this ETF today. I want to be as transparent as possible. Speaking of transparency, we are getting ran through like a train is coming against us on this. Poor. It's not nice. They're trying. That 112 is a real important level. If you fail the 112, you get waterfalled. This is the most volatility we've seen in a good couple of hours. I think 104 has to be tested, but is it tomorrow test and break? As long as we're not above 111 over the next 30 minutes, there's still a chance of 104. And Baba, I'm looking to buy Baba, 240 or so. I know they could go even lower, especially with the switch from growth to value. but I like this. All the COVID stocks waiting for a small recovery. What? NCYT. What's the other one? Avacta. Nova CYT. Avacta. I'm trying to remember all of them. I saw some fall the other day, man. I hope you weren't in them. Or if you were in, I hope you got like a nice point to average down and made a bit of money. It's an ugly trading session yesterday, at least. Today's just boring, man. I'm down on rolls. I'll be down 27. I have about £4,000 worth of size on these guys. I don't like them lingering to that point of invalidation. But still, for those newbies that like the old MACD and RSI for every single trade and purely use that, the algos and all that, they are still on the brink. Whew. Let's have a look at the overall set of clearest betas of these guys. National Express holding up. FTSE holding relatively. I'm surprised National Express isn't lower. And Rolls-Royce upsets us too. Rolls-Royce is the worst one, to be honest. How are they up 10%? National Express up 5%. These guys should be down 20-30%. Well, not today, but they should be a little bit lower, accounting for a couple of things. Everyone's saying there's so much tail risk potential. Yes, there is. There is a lot of risk for that kind of thing. That's why I'd rather be short than long, especially after such a recent market move. And I don't get why markets are going into risk-on phase for value stocks. You should be selling growth and value if you think there's going to be risk on. You shouldn't be buying tech in the fear of a recession. In a lockdown, yeah, but you don't have that as a recession every single time. The next one might be the banks having struggles. That's an open issue right now. Not like last time, but obviously to do with the ability of interest rates being super low, inability to make money. Is that look, banks make money from lending money to each other. They lend money to individuals. When interest rates are lower, yes, it costs them less to borrow, but they can borrow that money and lend it immediately and make a profit. So if they can't get a decent rate on them, and people are probably still defaulting for the sake of not paying that back to them, they're not going to win. The banks are going to struggle. That's the thing I worry about. And the banks are still the foundations of the economy here. Tango Mango, what's your best trade ever and your worst trade ever in all the years you've been involved? I'd say I wouldn't even say a trade. I'd say my best, because my best trade was probably most recently. It was Cineworld. I was short before they announced that they might go bust. They might close down everything and their shares like sliced in half. And at one point they were at 15 pence. I got, I think, 18, 19 or so for a couple of chunks. But, you know, I was seeing these guys in the 60s, a little bit above and all that. And that was after the COVID situation. And I had some shares from before that, which was so nice to see. Normally, you don't make that kind of return. TUI, the same. I was shorting them because I thought the business model was rubbish. And then the COVID crisis happened. They got battered. I did all right. I didn't have a huge size. But the problem is, I didn't expect the COVID crisis to happen because that happening meant that the government was going to bail them out. The German government lended these guys 2 billion euros or something like that. That gave them enough capital for me to be like, okay, you know what? They're not dying. Why am I shorting? Close my short. I closed my short after they went up about 50% from lows. But yet still, I closed around 60%. So like, sometimes even when you think a company's worthless, it doesn't mean you have to be shorting it. A lot of people are like, it's bad, I'm shorting it, it's good, I'm going long. No, wait for the right price. Sometimes, once all the longs have started to close out and you've just got shorts left, they're going to buy back. Why do you think Cineworld went from 27 to 60 or so? You could argue, why didn't I go long? Personally, I wouldn't be confident in predicting them lasting more than a couple of weeks. So what would I do? Hope that they don't go bust every day I'm long them. Yes, to make 100%, risk 100%. It's not really that easy of a trade. But I would short them after they explode again for no reason, to get the final sellers out. And then they'd probably delist or something. Same thing was with Carillion. The only reason why I got the full gain was because they went to zero, they suspended. There was a lot more regulation with those guys. With these guys, no, they'll just die. Done crazy stuff. Mainly long, had NCYT and sold around 48p. Managed to double up on it recently. You sold NCYT at 48p, or is that 480p? Because these guys were, I'm pretty sure they were about 1200 the other day or something. And then I check and I see on Twitter someone's like, they're down 50%. I look, NCYT is down to like £5.50 a share. Personally, I don't feel that comfortable buying into the company. I don't have anything against them. But the reason why I'm not comfortable is because their revenue is not going to be guaranteed forever. Yes, they could go into something else, but any pharma company could do that kind of thing. But they were making decent revenue, decent money. Well, decent revenue. Profits, they said nice gross margins, but gross margins isn't the bottom line. So it was a relatively high P, but it was a new sector. So shorting it, if I shorted at £5, it would have gone to £5, it would have gone to £10. I would have probably lost money. That's why I didn't get involved with it, because I thought they were overvalued at around £2. But bear in mind, they went to 12. So if I shorted at 2, I'd have probably blown a lot of money. I don't think it's their fault that they're valued like that. It's because the market shifted into a new sector. Zoom as well. Zoom was worth $140 billion. What? They were losing market share of daily average users. I think they lost about 2% relative. They were gaining users, but they were losing relative to Google Meet, which was actually gaining relative to them. And even Microsoft Teams was gaining relative to them. So I keep thinking the market was definitely overvaluing them, that's for sure. But here's what it is. Things that go on. We've got 26 markets. It's 26 markets? 26 minutes left till close. We're doing okay. Hey, speculative. Yeah, man. It is like that. It's like, for example, you think a company's going to boom. Yeah. Do you go long now, or do you wait until there's a clarified consolidated breakout? You wait until the signal's a little clearer. If you think a company's having struggles now, but you think it will survive, you wait until they have the rights issue. You buy the heck out of their shares. If they announce a thing like Rolls-Royce did, you could have gotten an average of Rolls-Royce at 70 pence. They did 140, I think, almost 140 yesterday. We had an order short them at 140. They did 137. We missed it. We would have had a huge day if we got that, but a little bit risk aversion for me, which is bad. But you'd have had 100%, and you could sell those rights. Amazing stuff. Lonmin did a rights issue a while ago. I think it was institutional. They're not listed anymore, I believe, but there was a time ago there was a mining company called Lonmin. Did a rights issue at like a couple pennies, and their shares were like 50, 60 pence. So the institutional investors made 50, 60 bags like crazy. You had R at 76. Nice, man. So that must have been post the rights issue. Also, Tango Mango. RR been played big time. For real. It's all around the place. How could it be up 100% yesterday? At one point. It's crazy. I think it's extremely overvalued. Like from a fundamental perspective, I have access to a Bloomberg terminal, and I'm looking at their financials, and things are just not adding up. And the forecasts are way too conservative. I mean, a 73 million loss for 2021. We haven't finished the year. We're about to finish the year. I don't agree with that. Sorry to anybody who disagrees, but I'd love to have a debate with it at some point in a stream with someone if they are a bull of Rolls-Royce. I don't think they're going bust. I just think they need a little raise. That would be nice for them. It would be a smart idea. I'd take part if they raised $3.5 billion even. I don't like bond offerings. I've seen companies do 11.5%, 9% like Metro Bank did, and already be loss-making to the point where they're not going to make it back. Rolls-Royce will eventually, but if I pull up some stats, net income, why am I on Alibaba? One sec. RRS, that's not what it is. I was Rangold Resources, rest in peace. Used to be listed here. RRS. Let me pull up some of their financials real quick. We're going to make sure we don't lose track of time with this trade. Net income. So 2019 they lost $1.5 billion. This year they're expected to lose anywhere between 2.6 billion and 3.6 billion pounds, that is. So it's just not great. It isn't great. It wasn't even just COVID. They weren't doing great. I feel like there's going to be a spillover into the next year's financial results. There are some bits of my research that are a little bit longer to explain. on another occasion, but they all point towards it being a little bit overvalued. But then again, where do you short? 109? Do you short 130, 40? Do you short 160? That's the question. Right now we're just in for a trade, and we're probably going to just lose a little bit today if that point of 103, 104 isn't tested. There's 22 minutes. It's probably going to close around there, break below tomorrow, but I can't take that risk. I could, but I have to reduce size, and it doesn't make it to be worth it. But I still got 22 minutes. For those still about, how do you guys find these live streams? Is there anything you'd suggest that I could do to make them better? We are on our 3rd live stream since starting this 10k portfolio for the purpose of providing entertainment and also trading real money instead of what a lot of people seem to do with demos and mislead people. This is how the world is. You could be up 1 minute, be super happy, be down a lot the next. Don't get emotional. If this was answered, I would like to know as well. Says Zombie on PC. I'm in high school thinking of studying. What's the study you're doing right now? I study investment and financial risk management. So it's very quantitative, a lot of coding and stuff, especially in the 2nd year. And it's very mathsy, very practical on the market. So really, this is easily classed as revision. I'm on the front page of TradingView. Wow, appreciate that. This is a new thing that we've been doing on behalf of our website before we release the new website. So it's nice to see. Well, I hope it's being received well. The videos, you guys seem to like the last video we put out. We got about 1,200 views, making £193 in 2 hours on Rolls Royce. What's going to happen today? Losing that much on Rolls Royce? Touch wood, that doesn't happen. I'm looking forward to having like a takeaway or something tonight. But I've worked at a restaurant and I know that takeaways aren't that clean. Generally, it's just they'll leave it on the side on top of the oven so it keeps a little heat on. Not a fan. And the real good ones are probably not worth the money. Oh, okay. I will only exit in the next 20 minutes if I get a clear signal. Whoa. Did I see 110.32? Is that just a fake trade, delayed trade, or an ordinary? Yeah, we're at a little res here on a minute. I'm looking at my chart on the other screen, so you guys are just seeing my account, just to kind of keep the real life action as intense as possible. Zombie on PC, are you in the US? No, I'm in the UK. I'm based in the city of London. Yes, London, the beautiful city itself. I love this place. The banks are nearby. One day the dream is to be working from a nice office, sitting there, relaxed, playing whatever music, not having to worry about these copyright laws. Yeah, but it'd be nice to one day get to the point where you could just buy out the music firm and be like, look, don't copyright strike. Nah, that would be a worthless investment. Zombie on PC. Where are you based yourself? Are you based in the US, I'm assuming? We got people from all around the world. We have people from Iran. We have people from, I think we had Germany earlier, Romania. Americans, we've had a lot of peeps. A lot of cool people. All of your countries are beautiful. Put all this politics aside. You guys have wonderful heritage, wonderful people. All of the other stuff is just noise. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, centrist, Green or whatever, or Labour, Conservative, centrist, even don't identify in a party, that's up to you. You're a human. I appreciate all of you. And we all have our struggles. Doesn't matter if you dislike someone, you should still be empathetic to them. Looking to close in the high. Yeah, FTSE's pulling back, but the setup on Rolls is still looking decent for us, but I don't think we're going to make enough for the risk we took. Look, now it's dipping, fine. It's probably going to do that 104. There's only 18 minutes left. I got support around 104, but I've also got support sub 100. Really below 112, it's going as low as it can. For me, next stop sub 100, well, just really 100, and then 89, really 10 penny increments, weirdly. Don't know why the reason is. No particular bias there. We're up, but it's not worth the amount of time we spent. But this is trading for you. Actually, I went through my classes. Managed to focus on most stuff. This is really my most busy day in terms of classes, so I'm rarely streaming on a Tuesday. Do I day trade? Yeah, I day trade. I invest. Like right now, we're looking for an investment on Alibaba. Not at the moment. And same with AO. We are monitoring them. Alibaba could be the 240s. We'll observe though. We might do half size there, and if things get extreme, do another half size. But right now I'm trading. I could hold things for a couple of minutes, even a couple of seconds. I could hold things for a year and a bit. Longest I've held something other than an index tracker is a year and 3 months, and that was actually may have been a little bit longer. But the one I remember was a company called Ferrexpo, iron ore miner. Held them for about a year and 3 months, but it was worth it. But the problem is you don't really need to look at those things all the time. Alrighty. Well, come on, drip off. Get us done for with the day. Don't have water here to fill it up. It's going to be a bit long. There's a little bit of sport around that 107. Now we've only got 15 minutes. Don't you just hate ranges? We could close at 110, but that's a break even. Not sweet. 15 minutes. Let's see how this goes. I think someone said they're based in the US. Zombie on PC is based in the US. Where about in the United States of America are you based? You can probably tell by my accent, I'm British. I may not look it. Probably have some foreign roots in me. That's probably why. But I'm definitely a citizen. Is that what they do? Is that what they do in the US? I don't know the theme, the British national theme. Though. I think it's God Save the Queen, isn't it? Actually, probably do know it. I think, don't know the other lyrics though. 107, spot 3 to buy back. We're up 70 for the sesh. Nice. I still want that 103 though. It could go much lower than 103. Tomorrow we'd assume that. But I told you guys, I only am trading this. I'm not trying to get myself having way too much risk of this ending really ugly. Also, east side 11:15 a.m. So you got a 5 hour earlier difference to us. It's 4:16 p.m. 16:16. That means we've got 14 minutes left till our markets close. And you guys are open till 4 p.m. So you've got a fair amount of hours left. That normally moves our market. Prices are open because of that volatility. We're seeing what I want. Little breakdown into close. That's all we need. And this would be a much better day than I'd ever have had. Well, really, I wanted it sub 100 early AM, but my entry was already after a 15% fall, so I wouldn't get too worked up about it. 14 minutes. We're happy with whatever the outcome today, but we're really hoping for a Hail Mary right here. No, that's not a chart pattern. I just made that up on the spot. Alrighty, 16 people on TradingView. Hope everyone's doing alright. And the 4 peeps on the YouTube. Yeah, FTSE is looking alright. It's weird because the FTSE is the one asset that is having an inverse correlation to basically all the other indexes right now. The one index that is moving in a different direction. US markets, S&P 500 down 0.5%. FTSE 1.5% up. Mad. Absolutely mad. S&P is where it was pre-vaccine announcement. Maybe even lower. FTSE much higher. Oh no. Don't tell us this is gonna get us out a loss. It's a real shame. That really is a real shame. It's so setting up for just a drift tomorrow. Will we make money? It's not like it means anything. We were basically right with this trade. We just got the timing wrong. The pricing areas. And that's why it's not really... Did I have a good day today? I'm up a little bit. But I had an order that didn't fill to short Cineworld at 68. They're at 46 right now. So that would have been a monster amazing day. But because it didn't work out. The past 2 days, I think I've had my orders a little bit way too tight. Towards kind of the max points where I'd be willing to close. To open. So that's why I failed with AO World. Didn't get the trade. Cineworld didn't get the trade. And when I get the Rolls Royce trade, I happen to get the worst price. Worst price of the whole day. 12 minutes left. Ooh, little dip. Come on, 11 minutes. The setup's really intact. It's just, I'd rather be out by close. There's a little bit of luck involved in this, but in terms of losing money, I don't think I can lose more, being in break even. And if that does happen for any odd apparent reason, I'll be out. Maybe a little slippage. Don't have a guaranteed stop, so I'm not paying a premium, I think. Let's check. OG stop. Don't think so. It's okay that it's £12. Just means that would be our Uber Eats tonight. Also, for anyone tuning in, I'm not planning to take money out of this unless we do like a charity stream or something. I want to do that. I want to get some guys from the trading community. I have a lot of friends in the trading community that I think it would be cool to bring on. We'll just have a trade-a-thon or something. And then raise money for a good cause. And maybe I'll do a point where, I don't know, whatever's made in that session, we give to charity. So about make on that session, yeah. But what I mean is paying for the Uber. In terms of net worth. Because I am thinking of getting an Uber Eats in a bit. Because it's 4:20 and I haven't had enough lunch because the cleaner guy came and I had to stay. It's not that I don't trust anyone in my place. It's just I didn't have enough time to even look if there's anything that I don't want moved about or whatever. Alright. It's still intact. 10 minutes. Poor. 10 minutes. There's support at 103, so why are we flipping around right now? That's the question. We do that, I'm out. That's it. Alibaba 265. Whoa. This is a dripper. Dripper Gina. I'll check the chat in a sec. June high on the FTSE 6511. I wouldn't be surprised if it's tested. But I feel like there's way too much risk of tail risk scenarios. 21 people on trading view. Nice to see you all. Zombie on PC. What do you trade? Like, what's your main focus, if you don't mind me asking? And I hope, if you are trading, hope you're having a great day. Hope things are going well for you. Been super volatile as of recent. These markets. Oh, some convergence. 104. That's what I feel is going to go. But will it go today? I feel so bad. I can't take that much risk for the sake of 4 points. But it means this entire setup's invalidated, which is fine. No emotion. I just would like it to test there at least. Maybe bounce back. I'll just take it. End of day. What are you doing? Buying Rolls Royce shares? Are you mad? FTSE's rising. That's one thing. Seems to be a little bit of an inv correlation building here. But I need to actually run a proper model on it. Only got 8 minutes, so that won't work. Jeez, man. Since when did a penny mean so much? $109.3. If that hits, I'm gonna have to be out. Problem is, it's definitely going lower. I can't take the overnight risk or duration risk. Have a little flush though, would be nice. Early little Christmas gift. Not a triple bottom for me. but it seems to be some bit of support at 106, 107. Let's try our luck. 4 people tuning in on the YouTubes. And on TradingView 21, nice to see you guys. If you haven't already, I'm going to share the link of our YouTube stream. If you want to, feel free to stay subscribed. That's where we're going to put our updated kind of stream clips. I'm probably going to have to clip this one. Ooh, we're getting close, we're getting close. I'll get 104 if I can have it right here. Anyone? 75, 35. Sold to the highest bidder. Alright. I'm not going to put the limit in. Okay. Because the support's about 104, maybe even 100. I'll be honest, on the 5 min setup, if we're having to move here, we're going to 103 if we hold below 107 for a second. 5 minutes. Come on, man. There's always the last couple of minutes that are the most volatile. We might have to hold it if there's an auction in the last 5. There's not enough volatility for that. Need to keep track of the time very closely. Finger on the buzzer, folks. Alright, well, I don't want to record 5 minutes. I'll probably do it and then record. $103, 104. That is going to be support. Will it go before end of close? Nah. Five minutes. Could do 108, spot 4 for a retest if it's continuing down tomorrow, but that's not what we want. 5 minutes. Five minutes. Back to those hourly lows. Where's our last support? One. Oh, this is that support. So it's not clear. 4 minutes. Who's that? Who's that? Got distracted by the margin switch. See that flip? I'll be out on it if that is. Gonna have to force us to take this waste of day, and it might be neutral. Very, very close to being out. As much as I like to hold, this is way too much exposure. So you guys know how it's going to be. 3 minutes. Whoa, 108. Wait, spot 4 as well, I'd be out. Three minutes. We're pushing it here. Really pushing it. Trying to squeeze the cash cow. Far too tight. Seems like they're holding some form of support here. then it's going to crash into tomorrow. But the index, I don't have too much faith over the bearish front. 107.7. 2 minutes. My internet's fast, but I've been having problems today, so I don't want to make a big mistake because of this little penny here and there. In a minito. 108. This is where you get a lot of vol. 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh, 1.5 minutes. Yeah, I'm out. See you later. Alright, yeah. I get 107.55. Oof, oof, oof. I wish I held. I wish I held. So I made £60 net fees. 79.99. Okay, I'm going to record this. So we closed about a minute before the market had closed. We expected to lose money. Things turned out a little bit in our favor with the setup turning bearish. The only problem is we weren't willing to hold it overnight. There's far too much vol on this one. And it's 108 to buy back now. We got 107.55. And as the first trade of the series, at least we made money. That's nice. We opened 3,636 shares short at 109.75 pence. Only really made 2 pennies. We had a bit too much risk on this one. The timing was wrong. I mean, I'd expected to have like a 20-30 point flush based off the vol scenario I was playing out. Turns out what I was predicting end of day based on my model was only 7 pennies, and we were already down. So that was about 2 pence for us. Not great. Not great at all. But the beautiful thing is that we made money for our first trade, which is nice. Doesn't really mean much, but at least we can go sit back, relax, knowing that things have ended all right and the market closed a little bit higher. I'm just upset that I took way too much risk for this position, you know, risking to 117. But the probability of it playing out was much higher, in my opinion. That's why you saw during the last half an hour, if you look at the price action, you saw that dump. And people are telling me, you know, why do you think? Well, it's very long to explain, but that is what happened. It just didn't happen to the degree I expected, so I had to close my position, although I think these guys could go a little bit lower. The index is the UK's one, FTSE 100, largest group of 100 companies by value. That is powering on strong. That's inversely correlated on the day, at least, to most of the other indexes. So these guys, there's no guarantee that they could continue to fall lower. And they've already been battered about, what, 20% in a day from the gains they had. They closed up 8%. It's a very dangerous one to trade. We should have really had better ranges. But nevertheless, we netted, just to clarify, it's a 79.99. We minus £20 fees, so we made about 60 pounds. Yeah. So our account's at £10,067.24. So yes, we are up, but we did spend a lot on this trade in terms of time. I think it was 4 hours. So nothing special. But I will catch you all in a future trading session. I've been Ryan Kia of quantiumresearch.co.uk. And as we always say, until next time. Alright, so that is the video element done. I'm going to walk you guys through it, the OGs that have stayed. Why we closed out. Well, we were hoping for a stay below this area. Thank you, Tango. It's not great though, I'm not going to lie. For this kind of day, it was really, the initial plan was either lose about 340 or make about 700. So to make 60, with the risk I had, the fact that, you know, I was down about 200 or something, is not professional. It makes me feel embarrassed. but I guess I timed it really wrong. today. And it was bad timing as well because this is the one day where I have lectures as well whilst I'm doing my trading. And they're the ones that I tend to focus on a lot more. So that's unfortunate. But the beauty of online lectures is you can do two things at the same time. I'm going to go now take care of my room. The leak in the from the bathroom into the carpet hasn't been fixed yet. So they've come and cleaned it twice. Paid for a cleaner twice. Mechanic came, fixed the leak. But the bathroom still, the whole room stinks, the carpet and everything. I've had it deep cleaned twice. That's why we paused the stream earlier. That was the second deep clean. So I think, Barber's bouncing from 265 to 269. Unfortunate. Well, we want 240s. But it seems that either it hasn't dried yet. I've used Febreze, I've used carpet, what do you call it? Foam freshener. Nothing's worked. So I'm going to have to fix that and rejig some things in my room. The TV table should be there. Got to move the TV off my bed. Got to clean the dishes, cook up. What a normal person does these days. So I appreciate all of you coming through, joining the stream. I would play Loco in Acapulco by the Four Tops, but you already guessed it. It's going to be copyright. We don't want this video taken down. I'm going to make a little clip of this Rolls-Royce trade as well, but I'm not going to prioritize it now. I'll do it as soon as I get the chance, probably in bed later. I left my TV remote when I went back home, so I'm probably not going to do anything. I would prefer to read. And a Bloomberg terminal is the best thing. It's just a little expensive. So it is what it is. Well, I'm just going to check the chat in case I missed anything. Well played, says Celtic Martini. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is the first trade of the series that we've put from this account. So there was a little bit of pressure to not lose on the first trade, but also not do a really stupid mistake. So with my orders earlier, I was very conservative with regards to them. With Cineworld, I had 68, and I could have done 66. 66 probably would have worked, and that would have been based on the trade size. Obviously, normally I don't like to talk about P&Ls of what would have been, but the truth is, this was our plan from the beginning. 27%. It's 1 times. It would have been 3,500 on that basis. We would have made £1,000. Whoa. I'd have ordered like a hell of a lot. I would have ordered McDonald's for the whole block. Water's on me. Like, nah, I'm just playing. But you have good days, you have bad days. Rolls-Royce aftermarket auction closed 107, so even lower than where we closed, unfortunately. Yeah, no. Really, I would stay short. Not interested there at the current moment. Let's have a last look on everything. Alibaba 267 down 8% for the day. We're still looking to get them, assuming they hold below 270. We would like. Where would we like them? Let's see. 271. That's it. 272. Hold below 272. We'd like them around 240. Maintain trend. Simple. Juicy. It could dip below if there's another tail event. It could just crash. We'll have a stop relatively wide though. Like, we're looking to make 50% on these guys over 1 year. Wow. Is that a lot for tech? Probably not. But yes, there's a switch from risk of growth, money, risk premium expectations to value. Risk premium expectations. But nonetheless, let me check if there's any comments before I head off. Celtic Martini, thank you. Thank you to everybody who may have joined in with the stream. And if you can, the greatest help you could do, the greatest favor you could do for us and myself is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I think it might be a good shout to maybe post some screenshots of our trades on like Twitter and stuff, but it's just long to organize the files and everything. Already on top of the amount of files we have. So thank you 10 people seem to have disappeared as we say our goodbyes. For those who are still remaining, peace, love, all of the good stuff. We netted £60 for the session. Nothing special, but am I going to complain? Not at all. Especially given lockdown. My 3 day a week would have been working at a restaurant. And I don't have that income for a month, so it's nice. Well, anyways, I'm not taking this money out, but this is for the brand, so you guys can see this forever. I'm going to make a summary video on Snap as well. I should make TikToks. Yeah. Oh no, what I'll do is I'll use the YouTube video because I have the rights to it. Alright. So, boom. So we just placed a trade on a Rolls Royce, and we were in these guys from early morning. We were down quite a bit, not great. Mid-lecture, trying to make sure we got the right price. We got spiked literally earlier. That point, that candle there. Right at the bottom, that's where we got short. And the shares fell only a little bit below. We still think they're falling lower, but we weren't sized efficiently to manage our risk. So we closed out only for 2 points profit. We had way too much risk. That's the reason I'm upset. But we netted a profit for the trade, which is nice. Nice on a tiring day. Especially with this carpet still smelling and the deep cleaning supplies. Anyways. We just placed the trade on a Rolls Royce, and we were... Yeah. That carpet doesn't smell nice. Febreze isn't even going to work. Well, I've been your host, Ryan Kia of quantiumresearch.co.uk and now Quantium Research Limited. I appreciate the follows from Blue Marv, Mazed Day, Amart90, T Wader 1, Mitz Patel, and Adan 1932. All our friends for joining. We appreciate you, and I shall catch you whenever we're trading next. See you soon. Or should I say as always, until next time.